Hello, hello, Geminis. Hope you folks are doing wonderful. Welcome back to the Sapphire Spider Oracle channel. Today we're doing an overall spring check-in. We got spring equinox, we got a Pisces new moon. After that, we got a pink moon. And I don't know when I'll be back to do more tarot, so just kind of overall spring check-in and see what your ancestors, angels, and spirit guides have for you today. We're starting with our spirit animal oracle. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hang on. Let me finish my spiel. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if it resonates, right? All right. It wanted like some peace before we got started. And you have the cat spirit. Claim your independence. Let me put this deck over here. it right before I even get into the claim your independence, it said orange cat energy. Right, I was talking about orange cat energy and how that energy is kind of spicy. And right, it kind of throws a little fit, but they're real loving and cute. And so that's where cats in general are very independent in that they, right, sometimes they want to be pets, sometimes they don't. And they make it very clear when their attitude is one way or another, and especially an orange cat. What was funny just now is it's kind of implying that this cat is wearing a tuxedo shirt. It's very faint, you might not see it, but there's little lapels of a shirt right here. And that's where it literally brought me the musical Cats, right? And how they're all cats, and they're just there's their own little religion thing, right? And the cat gets chosen to go and all that stuff. So that's why they're all singing and dancing, because they're hoping to get chosen that night, essentially. And there's one that does wear a tuxedo, and he's a magic cat, right? He's the magician, the magic cat. Very interesting references coming off of this. So I was going to say, we got Cats the musical, we got orange cat energy, we got independent energy, you got the number 13. We just had 2 Friday the 13th in a row. So that for most people can be an unlucky time, this card right here. And for others who are magic, that can be a lucky time, right? So take it how it resonates. What's this first card right here? A 9 of Cups. Whew, I don't know why. It literally just gave me the word baby, and it's just showing this as a stork. It's sitting quiet again and still, because there was so many different directions. There's so many different Geminis possibly here in this reading. It was just there were so many different directions that it wanted to go. Kind of it's pointing out this Danburite and how there's all these different ones up here. Ooh, because something was you better not be making a baby or planning on bringing a baby home anytime soon. For some of you, maybe that is in the cards, you do want a baby soon. There was a baby as in romantic, baby as in an actual baby, baby as in all kinds of things. So that's where it was just kind of some, in general, this Gemini folks here, there's some kind of wish, some kind of hope and prayer. And for some of you, it's an actual baby. For some of you, it's a romantic version of baby. There's something there about that. And a stork just symbolically does bring something, right? Something new, and babies are usually for something new. And so that's outside of just actual baby symbolism. It's something new is born in your life, a new path. And this would be something that you've been thinking about for a while. Being a 9 of Cups, you've gone through that cup suit. So there's something you've been thinking about for a while, right? Let's keep going. This card's just flipped out over here. I'm just going to move this 9 of Cups up, and I think it kind of wants, I don't know if it wants it necessarily 4. I think it kind of wants it like this. Someone said, what do you wish for? Gemini, y'all's birthdays ain't too far away, right? So you might be thinking about something. Hmm. This Nine of Cups and this Queen of Swords, and I think specifically coming from the cat voice, your voice, is that I wish she wasn't so harsh when it came to this Queen of Swords. I wish she wasn't so harsh. And it quickly corrected, like she quickly corrected it. And she said, I am harsh for a reason. That reason has to do with this Seven of Cups over here. Gemini, going back to that orange cat energy, sometimes people can't understand some orange cat energy, and that's the whole joke, is because they're freaking like kind of crazy, right? Like they're off the wall, like they're weird. We love them, they're spunky, they're kind of spicy, but right, like ultimately it's like, I do not understand you. Right? And that's what she's saying. She's like, I don't understand you. You're not a cat though, let's be clear, Gemini, you're not a cat. And so somebody's like, you have kind of left me in mystery. This particular Seven of Cups, it's definitely very gloomy, isolated. She's like wading through waters. Her head's up in, not necessarily clouds, it's like the smog of confusion, right? Some things are underwater. Some things are just floating in the air. She doesn't look particularly happy. It's like she's very melancholy. And it said something like, it was like her voice again. It said, because I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. That's why I don't understand you wanting to, Gemini, there's a message coming through. It's like, I don't understand why you are trying to claim your independence. You're already very independent. I'm alone. And also, that's just where it wants to be clear, like this alone is not necessarily about being alone. It's more like there's no communication. She's left to wade through these waters alone. She's left to think in this cloud alone. And yeah, there's like little pets and creatures around, but there's nobody else as a person in this card. And that's how it is for all of these feminines and all of these cards. With the exception of animals, she is alone. There was a wave of emotion trying to come up there. And that's where she comes off harsh, I would say now, when your wishes are to be more independent, because the whole thing is something got just misconstrued and left kind of like out of the picture. It said like omission, like it just keeps showing me this big old thing, right? It's like you've left something out. There's an omission here. You have all these wishes. Here's 7 cups. This is 9 of cups. It's like, where's that 8th cup, right? And that 8 of cups is usually the one where someone walked away to go find more happiness. And maybe you did find more happiness out somewhere else, Gemini. But that's where they're saying there's a gap here. We went from 7 of cups to 9 of cups. Something was not communicated. That is why this Queen of Swords is now that Queen of Swords. And a Queen of Swords is very much about truth. So this whole omission thing comes off as a lie. She's heard like every single story under the sun. So she cares very much about clarity, right? And it's very much like, she's like, what is your wish? What do you want to do or be? Like, what is this phase of your life sort of deal? And you're like, claiming my independence. And that's where it just wants to point out how she's got the orange on her. Kind of feeling like a mom here. She's got the orange on here. And that's where, or boss, and that's where she's got the same energy, and maybe you're not understanding each other. And that's where she's trying to make it clear to you that like, the big issue here is communication. There's been a communication gap. Also, I think she's trying to point out to you that it's like, you know, you are also acting erratic. So we're not coming to an understanding, but the whole thing is like, she recognizes your wishes as much as you recognize your wishes for this independence. Wow. It just pointed out that this cat back here has 2 different eye colors. It's like this orange cat is representing both people in this reading. So take it how it resonates. I think you are one half of this equation, and then I think there's a very clear feminine figure who is the other half of this equation. And that's where she's like, you're not listening to me. You're not communicating fully with me. That's why I'm so harsh with you. I see your wishes. I'm trying to get you in alignment to achieve your wishes. I'm a very independent person myself, and a Queen of Swords is. And that's where she's like, please just like listen to me, okay? Like, I see what your goals are. You're not going to achieve them by leaving me in the dark about what your plans are. And the way she's stepping is where it's like she's trying to like do some stepping stones, right? And there's a lot of orange in this card over here too with this Ace of Wands. Now an Ace of Wands, yet again, look, even though this is a 9 of Cups, these are candles. So there's a bit of fire energy here to this 9 of Cups. And that's where this Ace of Wands, it's like she does show up with that fire. Look at this looking like that candle thing, right? It's like she shows up. And she tries to essentially help you grow, help you light up and go after your goals. And with the Ace of Wands, that's where it's like, this is such a powerful card. And I think that's why she's coming through also as a queen. It's like, I know what my power is. It said young Padawan. Oh, okay. It just gave me not just Princess Leia. It gave me more like General Leia, like later on in those sequels. It gave me more like General Leia, right? She's on her own. She already fought through some stuff before. Talking about that like gap of information, right? Like it's just like she's very much about communication, trying to figure everything out. It's also talking about this, wow, it's talking about this big old gray space over here, like the Death Star. And that's where it's like, you know, Leia lost her whole planet. She had to watch it. And so that's where it's like, man, she's hard as hell because she's been through some shit, okay? Like, Gemini. And that's where it's like, what it's just pointing out is like, she's also fiercely independent because of everything she's been through. There's literally this plea here that's just like, I wish you would listen to me. Because I am experienced. I'm experienced in my own ways. I have lost things before. I have been left in the dark on communication. I have also had these big goals and dreams. I know what I'm doing. But it's also kind of this energy of like, but I'm not going to force you, which is where that makes her sad or kind of ticked off and harsh because she's just like, you know, like, I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to sit here and beat my head against a wall. I'm independent too, so I will go on my merry way. The truth of the matter is, she knows overall what you wish for. That's why she's got this in mind. She's trying to help align you and set you up to get the things that you wished for. She's magical. So she can step down from her queen tier, it said, but she doesn't actually ever truly step down. That was you, Gemini. Whoever's listening to this in particular, kind of saying something. It's like, she'll never back down. She'll never step down. She'll never chill out. Honey, look at her. Look at her. She's powerful, okay? And it said, I can come down from like this queen thing and not have a crown on. But, like, I'm still bringing my power with me in a way. It's like, it's literally feels like, you know, just 2 different people or 2 different people possibly of maturity levels. Or, like I said, this is baby in whatever way that represents to you. She's like, and Ace of Wands is about birthing new projects, especially. So it can be a real human baby. It can be some other type of baby project. And it's where there's some kind of disconnect. You're trying to get something off the ground. You're not recognizing that either like your teammate, your partner, somebody is kind of like exactly the same as you. And Gemini being the twins, that's where it wants you to just sit down and recognize like this other person is you, essentially, is behaving the same way as you. Y'all are mirroring each other's energy. That's what it really wants to say here. You're mirroring each other's energy. It said eye to eye. When you can start to see eye to eye, you can see that, it said she's mirroring your energy, Gemini. You left her in the dark without some communication. So she's been sitting by herself, chilling by herself, taking care of herself. She's always got this on her mind, but there's something here where it's just like, well, I'm not going to beat my head against the wall. I'm not going to force you. But when you do call upon her, she shows up because she knows what you have in mind. That's where your wishes come in. So she'll show up and she'll light things up. And she'll try not to be so harsh. It said, but like, that's where this is more of like a little determined face. And it's also kind of sassy. It's like she raised her eyebrow. Like she was like, oh, you thought I wasn't going to show up. That's what I mean. It's just like, she's there when you call upon her and you need her. That just spoke as a guide. So someone above as well is talking about, she's there for you when you call upon her. But if you're not going to talk to her, essentially, if you're going to leave her in the dark, if you're not going to fully communicate, if you're just going to butt heads and act all feisty like an orange cat, I said, well, then we're going to have a cat fight, right? And that's where that kind of energy is like, are we going to have to fight now? Just in the fact that I showed up, I got the same attitude as you. I will mirror this energy right back to you. So what kind of energy do you want to see from me? And Gemini, I think that's the last question here. Let me do another shuffle, but it's like, what kind of energy do you want to see from me? Because that seems to be exactly what is coming out of this person, whether that is you or them. Both of y'all are like mirroring the same thing. Is there anything else that Gemini needs to hear for this message? Look at that big old cat awakening. What? Don't. It was like a big old gong hit. It was like a bell went off. It was like, oh, she is mirroring my energy, or I am mirroring their energy. Like there was like this huge, just like moment of clarity. And see, look how it covered up like the queen and the wishes, and it just kind of replaced everything with this big old cat. And that's where it just kind of like put everything together. Nice and neat right there. And this whole thing, it's like, no, we don't have to do this whole like, right, I'm a queen and I'm a general, I'm a thing, I'm a this, I'm a that. Can we just be cats? Can we just be cats? Can we just realize that we are kind of having a catty moment, like a catty fight? Can we realize that we're mirroring each other's energy? Can we recognize that both of us might be right and wrong in the same ways? Maybe we both didn't communicate fully. Maybe we both have a bit of a sassy attitude. Maybe we both want our independence. And maybe that's where it's like overall, I just said power struggle. It's like you're overall having a power struggle, but there's no need for the power struggle. It's like we're both equals. We're both cats. We are mirroring each other's energy. It's like that's where it wants to wrap up here now. It's like we are just mirroring each other's energy. We need to stop it. And that's where when cats do like that, eventually they'll go separate into their own little cards, right? And have their own little space. They want their own little space. Just like my cats do it all day long, right? That's where this kind of awakening is here at the end. So it's not about like hiding your wishes, and it's not about making her become something else entirely. It's about recognizing that you're both mirroring each other's energy and acting the same, and just think of it in the way that cats behave. And I think that'll simplify the way that you might be perceiving whatever this relationship or situation is. And that's what I got for you, Gemini. Very interesting message. I will see you folks on the next batch of readings. Thank you so much.